I'm calling bullshit on government concern over home ownership rates in this country. Yeah, sure, they had an inquiry, they released a report, there was a lot of recommendations in that report, but none of them were really that groundbreaking, pardon the pun. And then we had an election with lots of announcements for first home buyers, all designed to make it look like they're taking it seriously, but they all actually increase demand without a commensurate increase in supply. And so what's that going to do? Well, it's actually going to rise prices. Because if you've got more people wanting to buy and the same amount of stock out there, competition is going to go up. But that's okay, because even if prices do go up, 35,000 Australians will now only have to save a 5% deposit. So they can get in the market quicker and they won't have to save up so much. That's great, isn't it? But a smaller deposit means they have to borrow more, which means higher mortgage repayments. It also means that they are at greater risk of negative equity. Negative equity. What that means is when you owe the bank more than the property is worth. So if you go to sell it, you get less than what you paid for it, or not much more, or not enough more. And the first home buyers that are especially at risk are those who actually took advantage of government grants as well as a lower deposit. And why do I say that? Because a lot of the government grants are tied to what you buy. That is, if you buy brand new or off the plan, you'll get the free money from the government. But if you don't buy brand new off the plan, you don't get the free money. So you get why a lot of first home buyers might get in this trap. They take the free money, they buy the brand new off the plan, they've got a smaller deposit so they have less equity in the property, and what they haven't realised they've done is actually bought the very type of property that is at greater risk of losing money than any other property type in this country. So the thing is that these first home buyer grants, they're not really there to help first home buyers. They're there to stimulate the construction industry. And don't get me wrong, I'm all for a healthy economy, but let's be real about this. If you doubt me, look at the two peaks of first home buyer activity over the last couple of decades. One was at the very beginning of 2009, courtesy of a temporary increase in the first home owner grant, which was part of the economic stimulus package immediately after the GFC. Get the country building would keep the economy turning. And the second peak in first home buyer activity was at the very end of 2020, which is when the home builder program ended, which in itself was part of a stimulus package designed to actually keep the economy going through COVID. Both cases, first home buyers helped fuel the construction industry, which in turn actually kept the economy firing, which in turn kept the economy running in difficult times. Great policy on a macro level, but on a micro level, individual buyers are actually setting themselves up potentially for absolute financial hardship. Because in reality, for many people, these government grants do the opposite of what they claim to do. First home buyer grants that stipulate buying off the plan or brand new actually do a lot of first home buyers a disservice. And let's get this clear, falling prices are not good for most of us. There's something like 10 million properties in this country. If the value of 10 million properties has to fall dramatically in order to allow more first home buyers to get into the market, then you've got 10 million voters who aren't going to be very happy, and you might have a few 100,000 first home buyers that are delighted. But then again, if prices were falling that dramatically, what smart first home buyer would want to pile into that market? I'm all for more truth, transparency and trust in the property industry. If you want to join the conversation, leave a comment.